G'day everyone, welcome to another episode of the happenings at the Daylesford Spa Country Railway. Behind me here we have a completed workman sleeper 396. We're done, we're finished, thumbs up, let's get it out and we'll get the next one in. Got to thank a couple of new volunteers, a couple of new faces that came to give us a chop out, really appreciate it. But yeah, onwards and upwards, onto the next one. We've got a couple of things to talk about and a pressing question that everybody wants to know the answer to. We'll have that coming up. But first, here's Stuart to talk about our excavator.
Hi, I'm Stuart Smithwick. I'm the one of my roles is the plant equipment manager for the railway. And behind me is our latest plant acquisition, which is a Takuchi wheeled excavator, which is fitted with high rail gear. We came about this machine by an associate of ours who was working for an organisation who was looking to dispose of it, and thought we'd be a very good place for it to go. So we did a little bit of negotiating and come up with a price, and it was landed here fairly rapidly. Now, these sort of machines are probably the third or fourth, fifth generation of track machinery, which we've got a collection of dating back to the 1960s. And the difference with this is the versatility of the machine with its various attachments that can be fitted to it, and its ability to be on and off track at any time. It is quite versatile. However, it's still only one machine, and you still need other machines to do, and other manpower, of course, to do a lot of the other roles that this thing just can't do. I must thank our friends over at the Victorian Goldfields Railway, who gave us quite a bit of guidance at the time of purchase, and came down to inspect it with us, which was very valuable input, because they've had one of these, which is actually the sister machine to this one, for a number of years. But I guess we haven't put it to full use yet, but I'm sure in the coming years we will.
Since our last update, the Daylesford Railway has been a hive of activity. We have said farewell to our inter-high rail truck as it's gone to its new home at the Gippsland Vehicle Collection in Maffra. Training volunteers to become future operators on the newly acquired high rail excavator has taken place. Relaying of the track at the Melbourne end of the Bellardo yard using the recently acquired concrete sleepers has taken place. This provides us with longer head shunt and more flexibility for future services. Our popular school holiday train running period kept 63RM busy, and more concrete sleepers delivered to Bellardo. We also presented one of our volunteers, Lee, with a certificate of appreciation and gathered around to send him off on his last trip. After 16 years, he waved the flag one last time as a guard. Thank you, Lee. I'm sure we'll see you again soon. The biggest achievement was the completion of Workman Sleeper 396. Recently, it was shunted out of the restoration shed, and with the combined shunting efforts of the Y-Class and rail tractor, it was placed back into its original location. I think we can all agree it looks superb, with its fresh paint job and detail in those cladding screws make it stand out all the more. 403 is next in line for some serious attention, but before that commences, 1BN has been sent into the workshop for some quick roof maintenance, along with some other minor jobs. A topic that regularly does the rounds on social media and brought up in conversation is the Daylesford Railway's extension of the running line to Trentham. Joining me today is fellow volunteer Richard, who was one of the key members behind the push to extend the line, here to answer questions many have had on their mind. Hi Richard, thank you for taking the time out of your day to talk to us. It was about 5 years ago that the line extension possibility came to surface, and you've been involved with the movement now for about 2 years. I've got a couple of questions to ask you, just to help bring clarity of the current situation to our viewers. We'll start with the first obvious question. Is the railway still pursuing to extend back to Trentham?
We are pursuing it, and what we've done is we've prepared a master plan or a concept of the extension of the railway through to Trentham. which includes a number of different things like looking at how much materials that are required and what sort of operations would exist once that was complete. And at this stage, we're looking to do that project in 2 stages. So stage 1 to get us to Lyonville in the beginning, and then extend that through to Trentham as a stage 2.
Very good. Has VicTrack given us the all clear to go ahead?
We've had support from VicTrack in the past, written support. They've given us some letters to indicate they are supportive of the line. At the moment, the lease beyond Kangaroo Creek down here is held by the Hepburn Shire Council, and we've been in discussion with the Shire to get hold of that tenure for the land so that we can begin the project. At this stage, we haven't had a positive response from Council, so at the moment, the only thing preventing us starting the extension to Lyonville is in fact the Council.
No worries. Have we got enough materials to do the job?
We've been collecting materials, so you'll see around the yard in Bellato stacks of sleepers, and further back on the line back towards Daylesford there's a stand of rail. There's enough rail to get us all the way to Trentham, and there's enough sleepers to get us almost all the way to Lyonville. We haven't got all the ballast yet, but there's also, remember that there's a lot of other studies that are required for building a railway, and the requirements there are stipulated by VicTrack. So there's a lot of environmental studies, heritage overlay studies, water studies. There's a lot of work to do before we actually start building the line. So at the moment, without access to the land, we haven't got tenure to that land because the council's got the lease. Until that happens, we can't really start the studies. And once we do start the studies, we'll continue accumulating materials.
All right, so with all that information you've given me there, the next question is going to be a bit tricky to answer, but time frame, is there any idea, how long this is going to take us, when we finally might be heading this way? An indication?
So we're really looking at stage 1 as a starting point. We do need tenure over the land, so that the lease holding from VicTrack in order to start. There are a lot of studies required by VicTrack. They'll take maybe 6 to 12 months to complete, to do the environmental studies and the heritage studies, water studies. There's a lot of work to do in that respect. And construction, depending on the method we use, might take another 12 to 24 months to get us through to Lyonville. So we're all very positive. We'd love to start this project. We're just waiting on a response from the council officers so that we can know where we stand. At this stage, we haven't got a lot of communication from them.
So now that we know what's needed to get us from Bellato to Lyonville, what is the next step to get us from Lyonville to Trentham?
So Lyonville to Trentham is a much more problematic part of the line. There's 4 bridges that need to be rebuilt. There's a number of road level crossings, and with quite a bit of traffic, so Falls Road in Trentham in particular is one of those. And that amount of infrastructure is going to be very expensive. So we'll be looking for grant money and funding to do that part of the line. And it's also quite a much longer piece of line to do, and there's more work to be done around Trentham and talking. There's a lot of work to do on community consultation with the Trentham end of the line. We've done some of the consultation for the Lyonville bit, but there's a long way to go before we even look at getting to Trentham.
Very good. All right, Richard. Well, thank you very much for spending your time with us and answering the question, giving us a much clearer picture of currently where the Daylesford Spa Country Railway sits in relation to extension to Lyonville, and then hopefully in the future, Trentham. So much appreciated.
Thank you very much, Liam.
Cheers,
Pleasure
thank you.
to talk to you.
And yeah, now hopefully to all our viewers, we've answered as much as we possibly can. And yeah, this is where we're at. So keep in the loop, and we'll let you know if anything else comes to light. Well, there you have it. Another Daylesford Railway update done and dusted. We hope that you're all up to date now with the possible extension to Lyonville and Trentham. But for now, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you on the next one.